Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Step on in. We are back on the Letitia Stouch case again, and she just keeps getting in the news, filing motions. As we know, a little while ago that Crime Online did another interview with her via video in the jail, and Letitia did say that this case might be delayed again. Now, Letitia must have known that her lawyers were filing or had filed some motions. And this was pretty surprising what they had filed, considering, the COVID-19, the virus going around, and there has been, a lot of people getting sick and dying from it, and especially in the El Paso jail. Now, we know she's in the medical ward for treatment for mental health evaluation. Now, and she's also getting therapy. Now, but it seems like she probably knows what she's doing. She is quickly to, as we know, she's very quick to talk to people. Anybody that would listen. Tons and tons of strangers. And I don't know if she knows how to zip it. But that's okay. If she doesn't want to zip it, that's okay. But you would think that her lawyers would tell her to not talk to anybody, because that is the lawyer's job. Is you tell you, do not talk to anybody, especially reporters, because they are not doing this for their health. They are doing it to report and give information to the public that maybe lawyers, the court system is not giving out. They're hoping for a big break, a mistake in her conversations, putting the puzzle together, because every time you talk, there's a little bit more to the puzzle, or it gets stranger, or, be like, what is she lying about now? Or is it the truth mixed in? Now, the latest is, now this is a big shocker, but maybe not. She's trying to get out. The lawyers are complaining that they cannot see their clients. They cannot talk to her about the case and show her evidence and discuss these things via video in private. Yes, guys, in private. So, lawyers have to get to see their client in private and show them documentation, and they can sit there for hours and talk to their client. So this is making it very hard, and this case is probably going to be put back again, delayed, because her rights will be violated if not, and we know that. And anybody's rights would be violated. They are not going to be ready. there are almost, I don't know, over 20,000 pages. There's a lot of evidence to go through. And talking to her via video is not going to cut it. We know that they are recorded. Nothing is private over the phone or video. We know that for sure. So she has her rights. So they are filing motions to have her on house arrest in the comfort of her own home. Like we say, where would that be? Are you going to put a ankle bracelet on her? Are you going to ask the judge to put a ankle bracelet on her and put her in a halfway home? Because right now, she does not have a home. Only El Paso County Jail at the psych ward. And how is that going to work? But right now, even though she has these charges on her, they're not official. And they have to go before the judge. And they put their case before the judge. And then the judge decides to give bond or not. Or go straight back to your jail. And so, when people keep saying she's being held with no bond. Yes, right now. But she hasn't seen the judge yet to see if she can get bond or not. And it's probably, if the judge says all this evidence that the prosecutors have that they are going to put towards the judge, put forth, the judge might throw out some stuff, or they don't have enough evidence. It's only speculation and it's not facts, and he might throw out, well, who knows what. But that doesn't mean she'll get bond. And just say if the judge says, yeah, we'll give you bond and make it 1 million, 5 million, say. She's not going to get out on bond. They say that with the charges she has, there is no possible way that they can ever consider bond. But her lawyers are out there fighting for her, and they are throwing everything out there that they possibly can. Now, why would you let her out? She'll only go on social media. Even if you tell her she can't. She won't be able to have visitors or anything like that. She'll be on some kind of lockdown. But you know what? This virus, they have let prisoners out by mistake. And some have been out because, they're not a high risk. They're only there for silly stuff. Like not paying fines or something. Maybe not paying their child support. I mean, not a danger to the public. And, they'll be let out for a little bit and then they'll have to go back inside again and finish off their time, or that'll be the end of it. But this is a different case. So this discovery is just like a wow. A wow, maybe insane. But they can't stop T from talking. Now, this kind of case, it may remind me of the Jodi Arias case when she couldn't shut her mouth. She kept on talking. She was getting interviews from the TV news channels. This way, that way, they were all coming at her, and she was talking. And we were like, oh my God. But anyway, she was a nightmare of a client. Now, this might be the case with Letitia, that she's going to be a nightmare client. I don't even know how they are going to defend her and what's going to be their defense. Now, their defense, they're going to be throwing out some stuff. Because they have not got the autopsy. They haven't received an autopsy. There's a lot of things they haven't received. And remember, Letitia said to Crime Online about the photos, and she does not know how but she says she doesn't know nothing about that photo. Yet she was crying out that people in the prison, in that ward, were stealing her evidence, stealing her stuff and selling them on YouTube. I don't know if they're selling them on YouTube, but maybe they were being shown on YouTube. I don't know if they've been sold anywhere else like eBay or anything like that, but who knows what she meant. Sometimes she talks double Dutch. You know, it's a guessing game. What does she mean? You know, like her writing. You know, she can write properly, but I don't know if she does this deliberately or not, because she doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes. And you know, being a teacher, you would think that she would be able to talk a little bit better. You know, her writing style, I'm just saying. But I don't really know what kind of teacher she was, you know. Like they say she should never have been a teacher. I mean, but people say she was a good teacher. So, you know, you're going to have people saying that. And so that's what they're going to do. They're going to try and push it back. That's what she said. So that was a truth that she said there. That it's going to be probably pushed back, but she didn't want to go into detail and say why. Well, now we know why. And of course we would know why. Because any motions that were filed, the public's going to know. And they're going to be released and not very hard to get a hold of. So we say that we didn't really have much. It's going to slow down a little bit. But if she keeps talking to Crime Online, and Crime Line keeps talking to her, well, of course she's going to talk to them, because she wants somebody to talk to, and they're putting money on her books. Yeah, they are. They're putting money on her books. And by putting money on the books, it means that she can video call people for free, so it doesn't cost her family much money. I don't know how many calls, how many video calls she can make per day, per week. And does she have to give permission for people to be able to call her? They have to be, named. I don't know. But anyway, she's not going to sit there and talk to nobody. She's on that phone 24/7. And like she said, her brain is clearing. She's coming out of this fog. And she's getting her memory back. But she's still pleading her innocence. Well, like anybody would plead their innocence. And some people are innocent. They really are innocent of a crime, a brutal crime, and they were actually innocent. And maybe they didn't even look innocent. They looked as guilty as sin. So you can never tell sometimes. But those people, we didn't have a trail, that they were on social media. They were talking to hundreds of people and they were changing their story 24/7. They were changing their story all the time. It depends who they were talking to. So in her case, they have a lot more information, media information, texts, phone calls, recordings, reporters. There's so much evidence there. But it doesn't mean that what she said in a text means too much, or what she said in the public means too much. That cannot convict. It doesn't mean that's going to convict her. But her own stories that she made up, alleged, and about the guys and what happened in the house, where she went in the car, why she changed cars so often with the rentals, where she parked them, why did she go to Douglas County? Why were you there? How often were you there? Why were you riding around in the middle of the night? Why did you stop? Who were you visiting? You have to answer that. Why were you there 2 or 3 times in a space of a couple of days? Why was this found there? And then, she uses an excuse why it might have fallen out of the truck. Because things have fallen out before. Yeah, but that's only her word. But it's very hard for certain things to fall out your truck. But it's not impossible for things to blow out and fall out your truck. It's not impossible. It does happen. But you should tie down your stuff when it's in the back of your bed. I mean, that's only obvious. Because you don't want things flying out and hitting a windscreen of another car and cause them to have an accident. So, yes. But it's very hard for certain things to fly out the truck, like that piece of wood, like a sock. I mean, why was the truck, not the truck, but why would a piece of wood and a sock be in the back of the truck? Anyway, was this a new sock? Was this an old sock? When Gannon cut his foot, when she said that's where the blood came from, did Gannon have shoes and socks on at the time and he cut his foot? Well, if he had his shoes on, he wouldn't have cut his foot like that. If he had a sock on, maybe. But she never said she took his sock off and threw it in the back of the truck. I mean, did that happen? She doesn't go into great detail of what was going on. It's just, she's just making excuses or just telling people what they want to hear, what she thinks they want to hear, what sounds good at the time, and what's the narrative. And then she goes with it. But the storytelling and changing her story is what's going to get her in the end. But it also could just make her out just a liar. I mean, yeah, I lied. And she could just say, yeah, I lied. Why did you lie? I don't know, I panicked. I don't know, I just thought that's just what they wanted to hear. I wasn't in my right mind. I was confused. You know, she was scared. I don't know what's gonna be her defense. So we'll just have to wait and see. So this is, you know, the motions. And just a little bit more information for you guys to read. You know, we always need to, you know, have a little bit more. And because I feel like this is going to go on and on and on and on. But it's only going on and on because of this virus. And but you can't rush this. It's not going to be rushed. And if you ask me, these lawyers can keep filing motions and keep pushing it back because they have to go through every piece of evidence, and they have to go through it with her. They have to go through it with her. And they have to make sure she understands, comprehends everything. So, there you go, guys. And thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. you.